Happy morning to all. Last week, regarding Europe tour, we have seen visa related formalities like when to apply, how to apply, what are the requirements we need for getting visa, and what are the preliminary activities we have to take while traveling in Europe. Similarly, we have seen how to select a travel agency and which agency is fulfilling our requirements. For information, the Visa Assistance and Issuing Office of both Britain and European countries are located in one and the same place in Fagan Travers, Ethra Salai, Egmore, Chennai, Tamil Nadu in second and third floors respectively. Let me now happy to share my experience which I had while traveling in Europe. First one in our program is London via New Delhi. We are all assembled in Chennai International Airport at 5:30 a.m. in the morning as per schedule. Our guide gave a very warm welcome and greeted us in the airport. After finishing routine formalities, we boarded the flight at 8:40 a.m. which was found for New Delhi. At International Airport, after having cleared immigration formalities, we boarded the flight and it left at 2 p.m. and reached London Heathrow Airport at 7 p.m. as per standard time. It took nearly 9 hours to reach London. A luxury bus was waiting for us in the London airport itself. After clearing airport formalities, we left for our lodge in the coach. London is historically a very important place. It is the capital of England and United Kingdom. It is a global leader in banking and financial services. London is the highest center for higher education in Europe. London attracts a steady stream of more tourists and business travelers. Generally, London is a very safe place. Our first day program is to visit City of Westminster in London, where Parliament House, Westminster Abbey, Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace and London Eye are there. Around 9:30 a.m. in the morning, we reached Parliament House. It is the supreme legislative body of the United Kingdom. It is in the north side of River Thames. Palace of Westminster, which is also known as the House of Parliament, is included in the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Near Parliament, government buildings like Whitehall and the famous Downing Street are there. The statue of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of India, is also there near Parliament House. We just saw the palace from outside only. It is a marvelous example of great architecture and for complexity of United Kingdom history. On the overside of the River Thames, we can see a great view of palace. We are all excited to see the palace and it was an excellent one. Next, we went to see Big Ben. It is nothing but a clock tower. It is in the north side of the Palace of Westminster. The Big Ben is the name of the largest bell. The clock tower consists of 4 sides. It is the highest tower in the world. Another significance is that it is the biggest third in the world. Each clock or dial is 7 meters in diameter. The hour hand is 2.7 meters long. The minute hands are 4 meters long. The numbers are approximately 60 centimeter long. Big Ben serves as one of London's most beloved and iconic landmarks. It is also one of the London's most magnificent features. The clock is known as a great clock. It is very stunning and amazing to us. Nearest to Big Ben is Westminster Abbey. The Westminster Abbey is the royal, large and famous church. It is in the western side of the Parliament. Here, the throne coronations and national important functions will be held. It was built in 1560. The tower height is 220 feet. The abbey has been called as Coronation Church. It is a very beautiful and large church. It is absolutely very impressive to us. It is a splendid building and a historical living church. Architecture of this church is an excellent one. It is also included in the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Over 1,000 years of history. We visited that wonderful church. Really, it is very impressive and beautiful. Another important one we visited is Trafalgar Square. It is one of the most important public square in the city of Westminster, central London. Its name commemorates the Battle of Trafalgar, the British naval victory in war. It is a center of national democracy. Protest rallies and demonstrations are frequently held here. The Nelson statue is the most famous monument at the square. The marble column, standing 145 feet tall, is topped by a statue of Lord Nelson and guarded by 4 lions. The wonderful bronze lion sculptures at the foot of Nelson's column are a challenging one. On the northern side of the square is the National Gallery and Victoria Museum. It is the loveliest and crowded square in London. The square becomes a social and political attraction for tourists and locals. Immediately after having visited Trafalgar Square, we left for Buckingham Palace. It is a London residence and administrative headquarters of the monarch of United Kingdom. The palace is very often at the center of state functions and royal hospitality. It is one of the world's few remaining working royal palaces. The state rooms, the grand staircase, the throne room and the garden are all worth seeing. But visiting inside the palace is not included in our program. We have taken photos from outside only. Palace garden and horse stable are in the back side of the palace. Next visit of ours is Madame Tussauds. One of the most tourist attractions in London is Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. It is definitely worth visiting. More than 300 stunning wax figures are there. We have also taken photos standing near wax figures. The wax figures at Tussauds include historical and royal figures, famous film stars, sports stars, and popular prime ministers of the world. Wax figures are very costly, but no doubt it is marvelous. Next day, after vacating lodge, we straightaway proceeded towards Swami Narayan Temple. It is a great Hindu temple in Easton, London. It is popularly known as Neasden Temple. The temple is Britain's first authentic Hindu temple. It was built entirely using traditional methods and materials. The entire building was built and carved by hand and all stones were shipped from India. The temple is very calm and quiet inside. It is an outstanding place for mind and meditation. The architecture of the temple is an unique one. After darshan and visiting temple, we went to palace to see change of gods. Change of gods, also known as god mounting, takes place outside the Buckingham Palace on certain days from 10:45 in the morning and lasts around only 45 minutes. Changing gods at palace is the ceremony where the queen's god hands over responsibility for protecting palace and St. Thomas Palace to the new gods. They march with a band or corps of drum to palace from the Wellington Barracks. The systematic march is very splendid and worth seeing. The final and the last program in London is to visit London Eye. The London Eye, or the Millennium Wheel, is a hand-delivered observation wheel on the south of the River Thames in London. The height of the London Eye is 135 meters and the diameter is 120 meters. It is the fourth largest ferries or Millennium Wheel in the world. London Eye is an amusement ride. The Eye has 32 capsules. The 32 capsules are to represent London's 32 boroughs. 25 passengers can be accommodated in each capsule. From the capsule, we can see 360-degree views over London. It moves very slowly in such a way that every tourist can see the amazing view of London from all sides. It is very spectacular and we enjoyed in seeing the British capital and landmarks like Big Ben, Westminster Palace, Westminster City and River Thames. All in all, it was a very great experience and exciting one to us. After having seen such a wonderful and spectacular London Eye, we left for Harwich Harbour in London to board a cruise ship for Holland. Next week, we will see Holland. Thank you for watching this video. Please send your comments and also subscribe our channel Neon Forge. Thank you all once again.